Can everybody stand up? Just stand up.
Thank you. Please be seated. This is the 5 a.m. calendar on June 14th, 2025. Orders are given on the first of the month regarding the taking of DNA and fingerprints. Those orders are made in effect today. What that means for you in the courtroom is this. Not every single one of you has to give your DNA or your fingerprints. If you have to do that, those orders are going to be on your paperwork. My name is Commissioner Beck. I'm here to do a few things for you. Number one, I'm here to let you know why you're here. Number two, if you might be released. Number three, if you're going to be signed an attorney. The vast majority of you will get an attorney, which leads to my number one rule. Please don't talk about the facts of your case. Anything you say or do can be used against you. Everything in the courtroom is video recorded, so please don't talk about the facts of your case unless it's with your attorney. Second, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions for me. Unfortunately, I'm not your legal counsel, so I can't answer legal questions for you. So please save your legal questions for counsel. Finally, you're going to be hearing about lots of different dates and different types of release conditions. You don't have to memorize all that stuff. All that information is going to be on your paperwork. That's why it's important to keep your paperwork and not lose it. If you end up missing a court date or if you don't follow a court order, you could just end up back here. Here's how the morning's going to work. I'm going to call two names. First name I call is going to come in the courtroom and stand in front of me at the podium. Second name I call is going to sit on that chair next to the door. Then we're going to keep on cycling through until the calendar's finished. First, I'm going to call on the record number 39, Kyle Schrabel. I spoke to Mr. Schrabel over the phone. He was taken to the emergency room. Kyle Schrabel, date of birth 7/24/2002, is here on a Superior Court new case. Arrested for manslaughter or Class 2 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning counsel. His next court dates are June 19th, 20th, and 23rd in the downtown Superior Court. He's going to be held non-bondable at this time because it's been alleged that he committed this offense while on felony release for another offense. Could I please get Tiffany Marin to the podium? Jose Flores Salinas to the chair, please. Hi, we are recalling the matter of Tiffany Marin. Could I please get your name and date of birth again?
Tiffany Marin, 9/24/1977.
Thank you. I apologize for mispronouncing your last name. Ma'am, you were seen before here on a Superior Court arrest warrant. So it's my understanding is that Pinal County actually has already taken care of what happened this morning. And so what's going to happen is this. We're going to no action your case here. We're not going to take any action today because Pinal County already took care of.
See, that's what I was wondering, but I didn't want to.
That's fine.
Figured you would be smarter than me and figure it out.
Yeah, no, some people make mistakes. It's okay. So I'm going to be affirming the orders that were set by Pinal County at this time. Pinal County's order that you be held non-bondable. So, ma'am, you're going to be held in custody until June 20th. That's my understanding of when your next court date is going to be. And so June 20th, you're going to be held non-bondable until that time. I'm affirming any and all orders that are arising out of Pinal County. I am not making any new orders out of this court on the Superior Court arrest warrant that was sent over to our docket. Okay, ma'am?
Okay, so I have to go back to Pinal?
No, you're gonna be. I think you're gonna be seen here, but just Pinal County already set any release conditions that you're going to be seen on.
No, I was just supposed to go to court on that day.
On the 20th?
No, I already went to court for Pinal County.
Then yeah, it's going to be here.
I know, I already went though.
You have another court date, June 20th.
But why?
On your new case.
For Pinal County?
No, it's for here.
It's for Maricopa?
It is. All right?
Okay.
So June 20th, Maricopa County, okay?
Okay, so nothing with Pinal?
At this point, you're still on probation in Pinal.
Right.
That's about it. But you don't have to do anything with Pinal right now.
So do I get released?
No, you're not getting released.
So I stay here?
Yeah, you're going to be taken to a different facility, but yeah, you can't be released at this time.
Right.
Because the judge down in Pinal County ordered you not to be released until your Maricopa County case starts.
It already did.
No, June 20th.
No, because I had to call on Monday for my thing.
What I told you before doesn't count anymore, ma'am. I'm taking that all back.
That doesn't make any sense,
So
but okay, sir.
All right, ma'am. June 20th is your next court date. You're going to be held non-bondable until that time, okay?
That's fine, whatever.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left, ma'am. Jose Flores Salinas to the podium. Javon Rowland to the chair, please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning. Name and date of birth, please.
Jose Flores Salinas, 12/20/90.
Thank you. You're here today on 3 failure to appear warrants and 1 justice court warrant. Let me talk to you about your failure to appear warrants. I'm not assigning new counsel. You're going to go back to your original attorney.
Okay.
Your next court date's June 19th in the Downtown Superior Court. Based upon the request of your original judge, you're going to be held non-bondable as to all 3 of your failure to appear warrants. You also have a justice court warrant. Your next court date, I am assigning counsel on that. Your next court date is June 18th. That's at the Agua Fria Justice Court. Affirming the bond set by the judge out there. It's a $545 secured appearance bond. Please don't try to pay that bond because you're being held non-bondable on your felony cases, okay? All right, thank you.
I had a question. So there's no bond at all?
Yeah, you can't, yeah, you are going to be in custody at the very least until June 19th.
And why is that, sir?
Because your original judge, because you didn't go to sentencing, and so pursuant to Rule 7.2B, you're going to be held non-bondable.
I just had, I know there's no excuse for not showing up to court, but I had an option. I didn't have no option, but my mom was sick and passed away at the time when all this was happening, so that's why, one of the reasons why I didn't show up to court.
I understand, but I can't override, I'm not going to override your original judge's orders at this time. So you're going to be held non-bondable at this time on those failure to appears, okay?
Okay, and then will my attorney contact me or anything like that?
You'll probably see them on that court date.
On June 20th?
What did I say? 19th.
On the 19th?
Yeah.
All right,
Thank you, sir. Please step to your left. Javon Rowland to the podium. Tunisia Polk to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
12/25/1991.
Name, please.
Javon Rowland.
Thank you. You're here today on an out-of-county warrant. You're going to be assigned an attorney. Your next court date is going to be June 18th. That's at the Cochise County Superior Court. Setting a cash bond of $500,000. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're just not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
You said 500,000.
Correct.
Why is it so high?
Sir, they asked for non-bondable, but there's no legal reason to hold you non-bondable, and so
I just got through doing 90 days.
Sir, this is for
today was my release date.
Yeah, this is
So
totally different case, sir. All right, sir. So
You said
$500,000.
non-bondable.
They asked for non-bondable, but I set a bond because there was no legal reason to hold you non-bondable. So,
Is this for my
sir?
probation?
Sir, I have no idea. It's out of Cochise County. The judge up there does what they want to do.
So what do I do on the 18th?
I have no idea. You're going to go see the judge on that day. You'll find out, sir. I'm just here to let you know.
Or will they come get me?
They'll transport you, or they'll come get you up in So you'll be up in Cochise on June 18th.
So they'll be done with me here, and I'll be done in Maricopa.
No, they're going to transport you back and forth. If you have court dates here.
I'm done with Maricopa.
Okay, then you'll go back to the Cochise, sir.
I'm sentenced in Maricopa. I already just completed my time in Maricopa. Today was my release date. I'm released on the 14th.
So you're going to be held for Cochise then. All right, sir?
So my bond, $500,000. So what I paid, that's the full bond or what?
Full, cash, $500,000 cash.
All
right, sir. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Tunisia Polk to the podium. Sylvester Lauderdale to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Tunisia Brazier Polk, 1867.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, simple assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are June 19th and June 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court. Setting a secured appearance bond of $20,000. Ma'am, if you're able to bond out, you're going to be placed on pretrial services supervision with electronic ankle monitoring. Furthermore, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there's any orders of protection that are put out against you, you have to follow those orders. And finally, you may not live with the alleged victim, even if you're the owner or renter of the property. You're allowed one civil standby with local law enforcement to collect any essential belongings, and you're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Please step to your left for your paperwork, ma'am. Sylvester Lauderdale to the podium. Sheldon Jackson to the chair, please. Sylvester.
Sylvester Lauderdale.
Name and date of birth, please.
6/17/88.
Name, please.
Sylvester Lauderdale.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for robbery, a Class 4 felony, shoplifting, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are June 19th and June 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $5,000. If you're able to bond out, you're going to be placed on pretrial services supervision. You're not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You must obey the order of protection that's out against you, and you may not enter any Circle K's or QT stores or their premises. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Sheldon Jackson to the podium. Dolores Gonzalez to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Sheldon Jackson, 11/12/80.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. Probable cause is previously found for 2 counts of aggravated DUI Class 4 felonies. This was alleged to have occurred back in February 2023. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are June 19th and June 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by your judge, it's a $4,800 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're going to be placed on pretrial services supervision with alcohol and drug testing and monitoring. Furthermore, if you bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Dolores Gonzalez to the podium. Chase Kendall to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Dolores Emilio, Jacinto Gonzalez, 10/2/1975.
Thank you. You're here today on a failure to appear warrant. I'm not assigning you a new attorney. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Your next court date's June 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your original judge. It's a $2,500 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Okay. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Chase Kendall to the podium. Santana Kobayashi to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Chase Kendall, 10/31/94.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's going to be June 20th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. It's $1,000 secured on the first one and $100 secured on the second, so total $1,100 secured. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Santana Kobayashi to the podium. Marvin Lister to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
2/10/99.
Name, please.
Santana Kobayashi.
Thank you. You're here today on an out-of-county warrant. You'll be assigned an attorney. Your next court date's going to be June 18th. That's at the Casa Grande Justice Court. Affirming the bond set by the judge out there, it's a $1,194 secured appearance bond. If you're able to post that bond, you're just not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Marvin Lister to the podium. Samantha Moss to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Marvin David Lister, 7/26/1964.
Thank you. You're here today on what's called a Superior Court family warrant. Your next court date is going to be June 17th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm going to be setting the purge amount of $1,100. Sir, do you know what a purge is?
No.
So, sir, you're going to be held in custody until you pay that $1,100. If you pay that $1,100, you'll be released. If you don't pay that $1,100, you'll stay in custody until your next court date, until you figure things out with the judge, okay?
Okay, Your Honor, I've been going back and forth from page to here on this matter. So I'd like to get some kind of legal counsel, because I really don't understand what's going on.
So, sir, unfortunately, for family court matters, because they're civil matters, you're not entitled to free counsel. So, unfortunately, I can't help you with that. I can't assign an attorney for you. So, you can try calling legal aid to see if they can give you some help, but I can't assign an attorney for you, not on a family court matter.
Okay, what's my next court date again?
June 17th.
June?
Yes, so 3 days. Today's the 14th.
Okay, all right.
All right, thank you. Please step to the left for your paperwork. Samantha Moss to the podium. Donald Ellis to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Samantha Mays, 1-2-97.
Thank you. I apologize for mispronouncing your last name. You are here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for aggravated domestic violence, a Class 5 felony, disobeying the order of a court, Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are June 19th and June 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm setting a secured appearance bond of $1,000. If you're able to bond out, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision, electronic ankle monitoring. You are not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You must obey the order of protection that's out against you. You may have no contact with the victim whatsoever by any means. You're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Why don't you step to your left for your paperwork. Donald Ellis to the podium. Ben Sampson to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Donald Ellis, 3/27/78.
Thank you. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be June 20th in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by a probation violation judge. It's a $750 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Why don't you please step to your left for your paperwork, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Ben Sampson to the podium. Jessica Taylor to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
11/16/1986.
Name, please.
Ben Sampson.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant.
Yes.
Probable cause is previously found for 1 count of theft, Class 3 felony, 1 count of fraudulent schemes and practices, a Class 5 felony, 13 counts of making false statements to obtain benefits, Class 6 felonies. These events were alleged to have occurred back in May of 2020. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be June 16th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your judge. It's a $500 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. All right, please step to your left for your paperwork. Jessica Taylor to the podium. Matthew Villalobos to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Jessica Taylor, 8/21/80.
Thank you. You're here today on a failure to appear warrant. I'm not assigning you new counsel. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Your next court dates are June 19th and June 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your original judge. It's a $500 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're going to be on pretrial services supervision, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Okay.
Thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork, ma'am. Matthew Villalobos to the podium. Aaron Medina to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Matthew Villalobos, August 22nd, 1995.
Thank you. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be June 20th in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $250. If you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Appreciate you.
Aaron Medina to the podium. Michael O'Connor to the chair, please. Good morning. Name and date of birth, please.
Aaron Medina, 5593.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. Probable cause is previously found for possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. This was alleged to have occurred back in August of 2024. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are June 19th and June 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by your judge, it's a $100 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're just not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Want to please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Michael O'Connor to the podium. Roman Cruz to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
April 3rd, 2000.
Name, please.
Michael O'Connor.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case and a Superior Court arrest warrant. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. I am not finding probable cause on this case. I am assigning you an attorney just in case. Just because I'm not finding probable cause doesn't mean the prosecutor can't find it later, okay? So don't think this case is going to go away forever. So your next court date is going to be June 30th. Please contact the court to see if you need to show up to court, okay? All right, so I'm finding no probable cause on your arrest for today. But you have a Superior Court arrest warrant. Probable cause is previously found for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and shoplifting, a Class 1 misdemeanor. This was alleged to have occurred back in May of 2024. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates on this case, June 19th and June 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your judge. It's a $50 secured appearance bond. If you bond out, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision. You're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. So, sir, make sure to go to court on June 19th for the case there is probable cause, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Please step to the left for your paperwork. Roman Cruz to the podium. Kenyon Smith to the chair, please. Name and date of birth.
Roman Cruz, 03-2302.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for theft, a Class 2 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are June 30th and July 2nd in the Downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you. There's some conditions to your release, though. Okay. You're not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victims or witnesses or former co-workers. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand all these conditions?
Yes, sir.
Do you promise to follow all these conditions?
Yes, sir.
Do you promise to appear on June 30th and July 2nd at the Downtown Superior Court?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand if you don't show up, a warrant will issue for your arrest?
Yes, sir.
Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you on your own cognizance. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Thank you, sir.
Kenyon Smith to the podium. Paul Acoit to the chair, please.
Good morning, sir. My name is Kenyon Smith. My birthday is September 3rd, 1995.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for burglary in the 3rd degree Class 4 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are June 30th and July 2nd in the Downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you. I know you're released on your other case, so I'm releasing you on this one too. But you're going to have different conditions on this case. You're going to be in supervised release. You're going to be alcohol and drug tested and monitored. You're not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. Not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand these conditions?
Yes, sir.
Do you promise to follow these conditions?
Yes, sir.
Do you promise to appear on June 30th and July 2nd at the Downtown Superior Court?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand if you don't show up, a warrant will issue for your arrest?
Yes, sir.
Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. Sir, it's your responsibility to call them on Monday during normal business hours starting at 9 a.m. If you fail to call them, you'll end up back here. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Thank you.
Paul Acoit to the podium. Daniel Morgan to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
February 6th, 1983.
Your name, please.
Paula Quate.
Sorry?
Paula Quate.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for taking contraband in a correctional facility, Class 2 felony, possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, resisting arrest, Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are June 30th and July 2nd in the downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you. There's some conditions to your release, though. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand these conditions?
Yes.
Do you promise to follow these conditions?
Yes.
Do you promise to appear on June 30th and July 2nd at the downtown Superior Court?
Yes.
Do you understand if you don't show up, a warrant will issue for your arrest?
Yes.
Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you on your own recognizance.
Thank you.
Ma'am, please show up to court. Step to your left for your paperwork.
Thank you.
Daniel Morgan to the podium. Benito Mercado to the chair, please. Hi, is the interpreter on the line?
Yes.
Hi, so we're going to have two defendants, okay? And I'll be speaking to the first defendant now. Can I please have your full name and date of birth?
¿Me permite su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento?
July 31, 93.
Sir, do you need an interpreter?
I need it, yeah.
Okay, then, sir, if you need an interpreter, you have to answer in Spanish, okay?
Julio 31 al 93.
July 31st of 93.
Full
¿Nombre
name, please.
completo?
Daniel Monreal Morgan.
Daniel Monreal Morgan?
Monreal Morgan.
Thank
Monreal
you.
Morgan.
Thank you. You are here on a failure to appear warrant.
Aquí está usted en una orden de arresto por fallar a presentarse.
I'm not assigning you a new attorney. You're going to go back to your original attorney.
No le voy a asignar un nuevo abogado. Va a regresar a su abogado original.
Your next court date is June 19th in the downtown Superior Court.
Su próxima fecha de corte es el 19 de junio en la Corte Superior de Downtown.
I'm setting a cash bond of $50,000.
Estoy poniendo una fianza de dinero en efectivo por $50,000.
If you're able to pay that bond and are released, you will be placed on supervised release with an electronic ankle monitor.
Si puede pagar la fianza y es librado, va a ser puesto en un libramiento supervisado con un monitor electrónico en su tobillo.
You're also not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any co-defendant.
Tampoco puede regresar a la escena del crimen, y tampoco tener ningún contacto con ningún condefendiente.
You're not to possess any weapons,
Condemnado.
drugs, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Tampoco puede poseer ninguna arma, drogas o alcohol.
Please go to your left for your paperwork.
Por favor, vaya a la izquierda para su papeleo.
Benito Mercado to the podium. Full name and date of birth, please.
Deme su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento, por favor.
Benito Mercado Hernández, a 8:30 del 98.
Beito Mercado Hernández, 8:30 of 98.
Thank you. You are here on a new case in the Superior Court.
Gracias. Usted está aquí por un caso nuevo en la Corte Superior.
You've been arrested for burglary, a Class 5 felony, refusal to give a true name, a Class 1 misdemeanor.
Ok, usted está aquí por un robo, delito grave clase número 5. Y también por rehusarse a dar su nombre, que es un delito menor clase A.
You've also been arrested for 2 counts of criminal damage, Class 1 misdemeanors.
Y también ha sido arrestado por 2 cargos de daños criminales, que es un delito menor clase 1.
I have found probable cause, and I'm assigning you an attorney.
He encontrado causa probable y le estaré asignando un abogado.
Your next court dates are June 19 and June 23 in the Downtown Superior Court.
Sus próximas fechas de corte serán el 19 de junio y el 23 de junio en la Corte Superior de Downtown.
I'm setting a bond of $500.
Estoy poniéndole una fianza de $500.
If you're able to pay that bond and are released, you are not to return to the scene of the crime, and you're to have no contact with any victim or witness.
Si puede pagar esa fianza y es librado, no puede regresar a la escena del crimen y no puede tampoco tener contacto con las víctimas o testigos.
You are also not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Tampoco puede estar poseyendo armas, drogas o alcohol.
You must also contact your probation officer within 3 days.
También tiene que contactar su oficial de probatoria adentro de 3 días.
Please go to your left for your paperwork.
Por favor, pase a la izquierda para su papeleo.
Una pregunta.
I had a question.
Go ahead.
Si pago los $500 ahora, ¿cuándo salgo?
If I pay the $500 right now, when would I be released?
If you pay that $500 right now, you would be released in 4 to 5 hours.
Si paga los $500 ahorita, será librado como en 4 o 5 horas.
Okay, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Interpreter.
You're welcome. You have a great day, Your Honor. Thanks for calling us language.
Thank you. Could we please clear the courtroom? All right. Could we bring in Mr. Giampa and Valenzuela, please? Podium, please. Can I please have your full name and date of birth?
Anthony Gampa, June 17th, 1975.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case and a probation violation warrant. Let me talk to you about your new case.
Okay.
You've been arrested for 2 counts of failure to register as a sex offender, Class 6 felonies. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are June 19th and June 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court. Setting a secured appearance bond of $500. You also have a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you counsel. Your next court date is going to be June 20th in the Downtown Superior Court. Based upon the violation of your probation, you're going to be held non-bondable as to your probation violation warrant. So please don't try to pay that $500 because you won't be released.
Okay.
Do you have any questions, sir?
Your Honor, I did register as a sex offender. You understand? The day that in February, when I was born under a different name. So my name was changed. When I went down to get my driver's license renewed in February, they wouldn't give it to me without a copy of my original birth certificate. So I called Buffalo, New York to get a birth certificate. They sent me out a birth certificate. They sent me out the wrong one. I sent it back like they said, and I haven't gotten the new birth certificate back. And I've been calling them because I've been stressing out that this would happen. And And I haven't been, nobody calls me back from there. I cannot get through to the city of Buffalo, to the records department.
Sir.
And I've been trying to get this, so this wouldn't happen, Your Honor. I've been on it.
So.
I swear to God.
The new case, so I'm not your trial attorney, but that's the least of your concerns for your probation violation. It's not just because of a term 1. It's also because of a violation of your sex offender terms as well. That's why you're being held non-bondable.
Wait, what do you mean?
So even if your new case went away, you'd be held non-bondable on your probation violation case anyway.
What's the probation violation case?
You're on probation, sir, right now.
Yeah, I know, but
yeah, and so you have violations of your. I found violations of your probation at this time.
Yeah, but that's because of the non-registration?
It's not because of the non-registration. Even if that went away, you have sex offender terms that were violated.
What's the other thing? I think that's what I'm in trouble for, is the registration thing.
2 flip phones and sexually explicit materials are a violation of your sex offender
what?
terms. 2 flip phones and sexually explicit materials are found by a probation officer during a search of your place. All right, sir. So again, this is something you have to, if you're going to fight this, you fight this with your probation violation judge, and then you fight the other case using your defense counsel. I'm just here to let you know what your current release conditions are going to be. So your next court date is going to be June 19th. So meet up with your defense counsel. You can talk to him about him or her about how to defend your failure to register case. Okay. And then you'll talk to the probation violation judge too. All right, sir. Why don't you please step to your left for your paperwork?
Am I going to be able to go home?
No, sir. You're going to be held in custody until the 19th at least. All right. Mr. Valenzuela, to the podium, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Kenny Valenzuela, August 27th, 1992.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for 2 counts of sexual conduct with a minor, Class 2 felonies. This was alleged to have occurred back in January of 2019. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are going to be June 19th and June 23rd in the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $250,000. If you're able to bond out, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision. You'll be fitted with an electronic ankle monitor. You're not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. No contact with any minors. And you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Can you, $250,000 for a bond?
Correct.
To get released?
Correct. All right, sir. Why don't you step to your left for your paperwork?
How would I even get that much?
Come on back to the podium. Sir, it's a secured appearance bond, so you can try working with a bond company. So there's a list of bond companies back in the facility. Try calling a few of them, see if they're willing to work with you. Okay?
I don't own a house or anything like that to put down.
Sir, if that's the case, I can't speak to what property you have or don't have, but it's a $250,000 secured appearance bond. All right, sir. Please step to your left. For the last 5 individuals, I'll be visiting the back of their cell. They pose a risk of harm to themselves or to others. Rodrigo Rodriguez, date of birth 11/7/1996, is here on a Superior Court grand jury warrant. Grand jury has found probable cause to hold him in an aggravated assault, a Class 5 felony. Alleged to have occurred back in August of 2024. I'm assigning counsel. His next court date's June 20th in the downtown Superior Court. Forming the bond set by the grand jury, it's a $5,000 secured appearance bond, but he's still in DOC custody. He shall not be released. Sydney Ritter, date of birth 4/4/89, is here on 4 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning counsel. Her next court date is going to be June 20th in the downtown Superior Court. Forming the bond set by the probation violation judge, $258 on the first, $500 on the second, $250 on the third, $250 on the fourth. If she's able to bond out, she's not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if she bonds out, must contact her PO within 3 days. Juan Miranda, date of birth 11/12/1998, is here on a Superior Court new case. Arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning counsel. Next court dates are June 19th and June 23rd in the downtown Superior Court, setting a security appearance bond of $500. If he's able to bond out, pretrial services supervision, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Jeremiah Pusher, date of birth 12/23/87, here under Justice Court warrant. I am assigning counsel. Next court date is June 18th at the Moon Valley Justice Court, lowering his bond to $100. If he's able to post bond, not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Nicholas Milligan, date of birth 7/11/87, is here on a Superior Court new case, arrested for burglary in the third degree, class 4 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning counsel. Next court dates are June 30th and July 2nd in the downtown Superior Court. Upon his promise to appear, he'll be released to supervised release of the drug testing and monitoring, not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. After I visit these individuals back at their cell, if I am to make any changes to these release conditions, I will come back on the record to make those changes. This concludes the 5 a.m. calendar. Thank you. Reprint, please. Back on the record for number 3, Nicholas Milligan, date of birth 7/11/87. Previously, I was releasing him under pretrial services. I have found that he's being held on a Phoenix matter on a $1,000 bond. So at this time, I am assigned counsel. His next court dates are now going to be June 19th and June 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a placeholder bond of $50. If he's able to post that bond, pretrial services release is drug testing and monitoring. All the other listed conditions that I stated on the record are the same. So again, new court dates, June 19th and June 23rd with a $50 placeholder bond. This now concludes the 5 a.m. calendar.
Do you need a sec before I call her? Maybe like 2 minutes. I just want to get like 2 minutes. You can go call her. was trying to do paperwork at the first. This first site was so happy to see me the other day because I hadn't seen you in a long time. Because I was in here on Wednesday. I wish I did work with you all the time. Oh, you wish I did? Yes. Thank you. I know one of the judges goes, he goes, I like when you're in the courtroom because everything like runs smooth. And I'm like, it's probably because I came from Superior Court, so even though it's different over there, oh, it's probably more hectic. And even like when I'm done, I still check all the rooms. I check in here, I make sure the judge goes back there. It's just that's how it is over there. The judge is like, well, I have access over him. I know you guys. I just want to make sure you get back there safely. It's just like, I don't know. It's just, you never know. It's really good. Especially when I'm walking around in regular clothes here. I'll go. All right.
Let's have a seat. Good morning, I'm Commissioner Procco. This is the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar for June 14, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA made on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar as well. All right, when you hear your name, please step up to the podium that's in the center of the courtroom in here. At the end of your hearing today, you are going to be receiving paperwork, and that will cover what we go over in here. So that paperwork will include your next court dates as well as all of your release conditions. For those of you who will be out of custody prior to your next court date, I do recommend contacting the court in advance of that date so you can verify your hearing details. You can also check to see if there are other ways of appearing, since some of the courts are still allowing for virtual appearances for some hearing types. Please keep in mind you have the right to remain silent. Everything you say in the courtroom is being recorded, both audio and video, and could be used in a future court proceeding. We are going to begin today with Kane and Reed. After that, it's going to be Cedric Broger. All right, sir, please state your full name and date of birth.
Caden James Reed, 10/17/97.
All right, thank you. So you were here for a grand jury warrant that was issued. There's been an indictment filed that alleges 1 count of theft of a credit card, a Class 5 felony, 1 count of fraudulent use of a credit card, Class 6 felony, and 1 count of theft as a Class 1 misdemeanor. This one has an offense date of February 1 of 2025. So the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You do have a arraignment hearing set on June 20 at 8:30 a.m., evidentiary hearing June 20 at 1:30 p.m. This was a non-bailable warrant, and that's because you were on felony release on that date of offense. So you are required to be held without bond at this time. And again, that's why we set that evidentiary hearing. I don't know what's going on with your other cases, whether that'll go forward or not, but that's the hearing we set in order to allow the court to review that. All right, do you have any questions regarding this?
No.
All right, if you want to go ahead and step over, you go ahead and have a seat at this time. Thank you, sir. All right, we have Mr. Broger, and then Tamara Hall up after that. All right, sir, if you could state your full name and date of birth.
Cedric Broger, June 5th, 1982.
All right, is your correct name Cedric Broger?
Say what?
Is that your correct name, Cedric
Yes.
Broger?
Yes.
Is your correct date of birth June 5th of 1982?
Yes.
All right. You are here for a new case out of Superior Court. The charge that was submitted is 1 count of unlawful use of a means of transportation, which is a Class 5 felony. The public defender has been appointed, and your court dates are a status conference June 19 at 8:30, evidentiary hearing June 20 at 1:30, and a preliminary hearing June 23rd at 8:30. I do show that you were on felony release in 2 separate matters at the time this new offense allegedly occurred. So as a result, Arizona law does require that you be held without bond at this time, so you're not eligible for release on this new matter. And that is why we set the evidentiary hearing. That's the court date you have on June 20. That's the court date I'm required to set in order to allow the court to review that. Do you have any questions regarding any of that information?
No.
All right, so if you want to go and step over, you can go ahead and have a seat at this time. All right, we have Tamara Hall, and then after that, Alexia Stillwell. All right, ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
Tamara Lee Hall, 92768.
You say it's 68?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You are here for a grand jury warrant as well. So in your matter, there's been an indictment filed alleging 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony, with the offense date of February 3rd of 2025. In your matter, the public defender's office has been appointed. You do have an arraignment hearing currently set on June 20 at 8:30, with that evidentiary hearing June 20 at 1:30. In this matter, this is a non-bailable warrant as well, because it does show that you were on felony release in another case at the time this offense allegedly occurred. So you are required at this time to be held without bond. That's why we set the evidentiary hearing, which is the court date set, in order to allow the court to review your non-bailable status. Do you have any questions regarding that?
I guess not. When was the evidentiary hearing?
When is the what?
The evidentiary hearing?
I can't hear what you're saying.
When is the evidentiary hearing?
Evidentiary hearing is on June 20th, excuse me. Both of your hearing dates are on June 20th. And that'll be reflected in your paperwork that we'll give to you as well.
Okay, I'm on Rule 11 right now. Is that going to be for this one as well, the same court?
That's an issue for the court to decide, okay? So that'll be your next matter. I'm sure if you are going to be in Rule 11 in this matter, they'll discuss that at your next court date.
Okay.
That's not something that happens here. We don't do anything with Rule 11
So would it
here.
be like I would call my current Rule 11 lawyer on it, right?
If you are, yes. It'll be the same one.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, so we have Alexia Stillwell, and then Bailey Schaefer will be up next. And then your full name and date of birth?
Alexia Stillwell, 18,000.
All right, so you are here for 2 separate cases today. The first one is a new matter that'll be out of Superior Court. This is for 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. So the public defender has been appointed. You do have a status conference set June 19 at 8:30 a.m., evidentiary hearing June 20 at 1:30 p.m., and a preliminary hearing June 23rd at 8:30. I show you are also on felony release on the date of this new offense, which was just yesterday. Because you are on felony release in your other matter that we have here today, you are required at this time to be held without bond, so you're not eligible for release on the new charge. So again, that's why we set those evidentiary hearing sets so that the court can review that. Now, you do have that second matter here, which is your open felony case, which is here for a bench warrant that was issued. So in that case, you have a status conference, same date, June 19, June 23rd for the preliminary hearing. And in that matter, I did affirm that $500 secured appearance bond. You'll get paperwork for each individual matter that'll have that information in it, but do you have questions regarding either one?
No.
All right, if you want to go ahead and step over, you can go ahead and have a seat at this time. Thank you. All right, we have Ms. Schaefer, and then Martin Adami will be up next. Hi, ma'am. Your full name and date of birth?
Bailey Lynn Schaefer, 8/26/1999.
All right, thank you. So you've got 2 separate cases here as well. I'll start with the new case that just came in. So this will be for a new charge in Superior Court. This is for 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs. That's a class 4 felony. 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, which is a class 6 felony. So the public defender's office has been appointed. You do have a status conference set on June 19 at 8:30 a.m., evidentiary hearing June 20 at 1:30 p.m., and a preliminary hearing June 23rd at 8:30, all of which will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. I show you were also on felony release on the date of your offense. That's in the other case we have here today that we're about to review. But because you were on felony release on the date of this offense and probable cause was found, you are required at this time to be held without bond. So you're not eligible for release on that new charge. And that is, again, why we set the evidentiary hearing. That's the hearing set in order to allow the court to review that. Your next case is your open felony matter, which is here because you got a bench warrant for a failure to appear. So in that case, you have a status conference now on June 19 at 8:30, and there's a $50 secured appearance bond for that matter. Do you have any questions regarding either of these 2 cases?
Could I please
Your release conditions are mandated by Arizona law. There is no changing them today, period.
Okay.
All right, if you want to step over though, you can go ahead and have a seat. All right, so we have Martin Adame and then Jordan Douglas up after that. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth.
Martin Adame, 11/16/96.
All right, thank you, sir. So you are here for two separate cases today. The first one is a warrant for a direct complaint that was issued, and that's going to be for 1 count of possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony that has an offense date of August 1 of 2023. So in that matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You have a status conference set June 19 at 8:30, evidentiary hearing June 20 at 1:30, and a preliminary hearing June 23rd at 8:30. I do show that you were also on felony release on the date of this offense back on August of 2023. That's in the other matter we have here on the calendar today. Because you were on felony release, you are required to be held without bond in this matter, which is why we set those evidentiary hearings in order to allow the court to review that. Your second case is that open felony matter, which is here for a bench warrant that was issued for failure to appear. So in that case, you now have a status conference set June 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And in that matter, you do have a $1,000 secured appearance bond. Do you have any questions regarding either matter that we have here?
So, can I bond out or no?
You are non-bondable in your one case. So in that matter that's involving the direct complaint, you are non-bailable in that one. In the matter involving your failure to appear at your sentencing, you do have a bond there, but you'll want to keep that in place as long as you're being held non-bondable in the first matter. All right?
Okay, so there's no, I can't bail out, basically?
Not until your release conditions change, if they do. So if you end up getting a bond in your other matter, then you would be eligible to bond out. If you remain with that non-bailable hold, then you'll stay in custody as long as that's there. Okay? All right, if you want to step over though, we'll get you paperwork on that as well. All right, so we do have Jordan Douglas, and after that, Isaiah Bracking. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth.
Jordan Levon Douglas, July 17, 1996.
All right, thank you, sir. So you've got two separate cases here today. The first one is going to be the new matter that just came in. This is for a new matter in Superior Court. The charges are 1 count of child or vulnerable adult abuse, a Class 3 felony, 1 count of aggravated assault. I believe in your case that's actually a Class 3 felony, but they do have it in here as a 4. So the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You do have a status conference set on June 19 with a preliminary hearing June 23rd, both at 8:30. And those will be at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. Based on a review of your history, as well as the fact you were just placed on probation for another domestic violence offense, you do have a bond in this matter. That is a $25,000 secured appearance bond. Your orders here do include that you not have any contact with the alleged victim or any complainant or witness involved in this matter. You're not to possess any weapons while on release since you do have the felony conviction. And I do just need to warn you that this no victim contact includes whether you're in custody or out of custody, and it does include contact that could be made through social media, through third parties, through anything like that. Now, you do have a second case here where this is going to be your primary hold because it is your probation matter, which is now here for a Term 1 violation. So in that case, a public defender has been appointed as well. Revocation arraignment hearing June 20 at 8:30. In that matter, you are non-bailable. So you are not eligible for release on the probation case. That's pursuant to Rule 7.2 and 27.7 of the Arizona Rules of Criminal Procedure.
Is my PO able to come bail me out?
Is your what?
My PO able to come get me out?
No, your PO cannot come get you out. You are being held without bond in your probation case. So until another judicial officer makes a change to those release conditions, if they do, you would be held without bond. And no, your PO cannot change that on their own.
So I'm held in here?
You are in custody at this time, being held on the probation matter, non-bailable.
Until when?
Your other matter has the bond.
Until when? When's the chance that I can maybe...
Well, your next court case on June 20. I don't know that it's going to change at that point because they're likely going to join it with your new felony charge. But at that point, you can certainly speak with your attorney to see if they can give you an idea as to what you're looking at.
I'm not eligible to get reinstated because I was at home and they came to where I was.
Doesn't mean you're not eligible to be reinstated, but at this time, you are being held without bond under the rules.
Okay, so I just can't bail out right now.
Right. All right, if you want to go and step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork. All right, so we have Mr. Bracken, and then Alicia Ramirez up after that. All right, so your full name and date of birth?
Isaiah Brackeen, 0106-2001.
All right, thank you, sir. So you are here for two separate cases today. The first one is going to be a new case out of Superior Court. The charges of probable cause were found on is 2 counts of aggravated assault, a Class 5 felony, 2 counts of threatening, intimidating, a Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of resisting arrest, passive resistance, which is also a Class 1 misdemeanor. Now, there are other counts that I did not find probable cause on, which doesn't necessarily mean they're going away, but I was not provided full information here today. And that's for 1 of the counts of aggravated assault, Class 5 felony, and 2 counts of criminal damage. So in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You've got a status conference June 19 with a preliminary hearing June 23rd, both at 8:30, and that's going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Based on a review of your history, primarily the fact that you are already on probation for a weapons offense, and given the nature of the offense you're here for, which does include some allegations of violent conduct, you do have a bond in this case. That is a $10,000 secured appearance bond. Now, if you do post bond and are released from custody, your orders do include that you are not to return to the scene of the offense or have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, which does mean if you were previously residing there, you would need to find an alternate residence. Now, you do have your probation case here as well, and that is here today for the Term 1 violation that's been issued. So in that matter, the public defender is appointed as well. Revocation arraignment hearing June 20 at 8:30. In that case, there is a $1,500 secured appearance bond. If you do post these bonds and you are released from custody, you're still on supervised probation. You do still need to abide by the terms you were provided, which does include contacting probation within 72 hours.
Yes, ma'am. And
Right.
am I able to say, when am I going to get my Miranda rights read to me? Because I never even got
That
them.
sounds like a conversation you should have with your attorney in order to have a full understanding as to when your Miranda rights apply.
Okay.
All right? You want to go ahead and step over, though? You can go ahead and have a seat at this time. All right, so we've got Alicia Ramirez and then Dominic Mays will be up next. All right, ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
Alicia Ramirez, 4/14/1999.
All right, thank you. So you've got two separate cases here today. I'm going to start with the new case that'll be out of Superior Court. The charges there are 1 count of theft as a Class 3 felony and 8 counts of organized retail theft, Class 4 felony. You do have several dates of offense here between April 21 and May 23rd of 2025. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You do have a status conference set on June 19 with a preliminary hearing June 23rd, both at 8:30, and those are going to be at the Superior Court. So in this matter, based on a review of your history, which does include some prior failures to appear, you already have 1 warrant here today, as well as the fact that you now have a series of offenses alleged in this matter. You do have a bond in this case, which is a $10,000 secured appearance bond. If you are released from custody, you are going to be subject to the supervision of pretrial services with electronic monitoring. You are not permitted to return to any of those retail stores. That includes any location, not just the locations where the alleged thefts took place. You are not to have contact with any complainant, witness, or co-defendant in this matter. Now, your next case you have here is going to be that warrant that was issued. This is out of the Kyrene Justice Court for a failure to appear. So in that case, you have an arraignment hearing June 19 at 8:30, and you do have a $50 bond in that case. Since I did set a bond in that matter, you do also have a public defender appointed to represent you for that issue, as required by Rule 6.1. We'll get you paperwork for both of these cases. It will have that information on it as well. If you have any questions regarding either one.
So I'm not getting released.
You would have to post a bond in order to be released in these matters.
Okay.
All right, if you want to go and step over, though, you can go and have a seat at this time. All right, so we have Mr. Mays and then Anthony Adams up after that. All right, Mr. Mays, go and state your full name and date of birth.
Dominique Mays, 12/26/91.
All right, thank you, sir. So you are here for a bench warrant that was issued for a failure to appear. And that's in your open felony matter, CR 2025-102380. They now have a status conference set for you on June 19 at 8:30 a.m. And in this matter, you do have a bond. The bond and the warrant's been affirmed. That's a $1,000 secured appearance bond. Do you have any questions regarding this matter?
So I just gotta wait for somebody to bond me out and I can be
Yeah, you
released.
do have to bond out in order to be released prior to your next court date, which is on that June 19th.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
All right, sir, if you want to step over, we'll get your paperwork as well. All right, we do have Anthony Adams, and then Danny Root will be up after that. And Mr. Adams, state your full name and date of birth.
Anthony Adams, 1201-2000.
All right, thank you, sir. You've got two separate cases here today. The first one is the new case that you were just brought in on, so this is for a new charge in Superior Court. That's for one count of shoplifting, a Class 4 felony. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you in this matter. You do have a status conference set on June 19 with a preliminary hearing June 23rd, both at 8:30. Those will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, I am putting a $50 bond in place here because you do have your second case, which is your probation matter, which is also going to have a bond, so I do want to make sure they know you're in custody in both. Your probation matter is here because a warrant was issued for a petition to revoke filed alleging a violation of terms 3 and 5. The public defender has been appointed there as well. And you have a revocation arraignment hearing June 20 at 8:30 a.m. In that matter, the bond and the warrant's been affirmed. That's a $250 secured appearance bond, so it's $300 total for both. Do you have any questions regarding these matters? All right, if you want to go ahead and step over, go ahead and pick up that paperwork over there. We do have Danny Root and then Jacqueline Parker up after that. All right, Mr. Root, please state your full name and date of birth.
Danny Root, August 31st, 1980.
All right, thank you, sir. So you are here for a new matter that'll be out of the El Mirage Municipal Court. The charges submitted are one count of assault and one count of disorderly conduct, both Class 1 misdemeanors, and one count of criminal damage, a Class 2 misdemeanor. Now, in this matter, I don't show that you qualify for court-appointed counsel, but you do, of course, have the right to retain an attorney to represent you. You do have an arraignment hearing set on June 23rd at 10 a.m. That'll be at the El Mirage Municipal Court. And in this case, I do recognize that you don't have any other prior history, but I do have to weigh this against the nature of the offense you're here for, which is considered to be a domestic violence offense. Now, you do have a bond. That's a $750 secured appearance bond. Now, if you post this bond and are released from custody, you do have orders here that you are not to return to the scene of the offense. You are not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. So that does mean you would need to find an alternate residence, at least until further court order. If you do have personal items at the home that you need to gather, you can only do that in person using a civil standby. That's done by contacting local law enforcement and scheduling it through them.
Okay.
Do you have any questions regarding any of that information?
No, ma'am.
All right, if you want to step over, you go ahead and have a seat. Thank you. All right, Ms. Parker, and then we've got Paris Bradley up after that. Hi, ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
August 1476.
And your full name?
Jacqueline Gloria Parker.
Thank you. Now, you do have a probation violation warrant that's here. So that's for a petition to revoke that was filed alleging a violation of terms 3 and 5. So the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You do have a revocation arraignment hearing set on June 20 at 8:30 a.m. And in this matter, the bond in your warrant's been affirmed. That's a $200 secured appearance bond. If you do post bond and are released from custody, you're still on supervised probation. You do still have to abide by all terms, including contacting probation within 72 hours. Do you have any questions about that?
No.
All right, if you want to step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork there. All right, so we do have Paris Bradley, and then Giovanni Rivera Duarte will be up after that. All right, full name and date of birth?
04/12/1995, Paris Bradley.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Bradley, I was unable to figure out what happened in your case yesterday because it looks like you did have a hearing. Were your release conditions modified in your felony matter? Or are you still being held in custody on a bond in that?
You want me to tell you what's going on?
What I'm trying to figure out is if you're being held in custody on other matters, other than what's here, what we're going to go over here, do you have bonds in place that are holding you in custody in some other cases?
So, I have a $50 secured bond for a case already, but they only doing that $50 because it's going to run concurrent with the $75K that's being modified.
Okay.
Does
But
that
you
make
are
sense?
still being held on those bonds that were set in those cases?
As of right now, as far as I know, yes.
Okay. And here's the reason I'm asking you
No,
that,
I mean, does
because-
that make sense what I said to you, though?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
So here's the reason I'm asking you, because you're here for a warrant that was issued out of the North Valley Justice Court. So that is in a case for a driving on a suspended license matter. You have an arraignment hearing currently set. It looks like it'll be on June 18 now at 8:30 a.m. And the reason I wanted to know your other custody issues is because if you're being held on other matters, what I would do here is I'd just go ahead and set a $25 bond in this case, which again, you probably understand that is a placeholder bond, so that they know you're in custody, so you can get transported to your court date to attend that. Because if I release you in this matter and you're still being held in custody on those other cases, they're going to show that as another failure to appear and issue another warrant. You're just going to come right back in here on another bench warrant.
Yeah.
Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah, can I ask one more question about that?
Sure.
Because you say it's out of North Valley.
Out of the North Valley Justice Court.
Can you tell me an address or whatever that so I can understand why I was at around that time?
There's going to be an address on there. I don't know what the address to the North Valley Justice Court is off the top of my head. You mean the address for your offense?
Yeah, what else?
I don't have that. No. So this is a separate court. So this is Superior Court. So the North Valley Justice Court is a separate court. I'm just seeing you on their warrant. So the only thing I have is that it's for a driving on a suspended license charge, and the date of offense is July 25th of 2024. That's the only information I know about it.
Okay, yeah, okay.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I do need to make a change to this one so that I can go ahead and reflect this. So I'm going to make you, or I'm going to give you a $25 bond. I'm going to let them know why I'm giving you that bond, since you're in custody on unrelated cases to this one. So that way they know it's just a placeholder. Because I did set that, I did also appoint the public defender's office in that for the bond issue. Okay? All right, if you want to go ahead and have a seat, though, we'll get this paperwork printed out and get that out to you.
Okay, because one more question. Because I suppose, like, my modification is coming up on the 16th. So would that mess with that, or?
It's not going to mess with it other than if you get released on the 16th from your other matters, you'll still have this $25 bond in place at least till the 18th.
And that still has to be paid?
That's when you're going to that court. Okay?
Okay, I got
So they can make a change to it if you don't post the $25.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay,
right.
I think
All right,
I
thank
know
you, sir.
what you're talking about.
Good morning.
All right. Give me one moment, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that last one's been signed again. All right, sir, go ahead and state your full name and date of birth.
Giovanni Rivera, 11/13/2001.
All right, so you are here for a new case out of Superior Court alleging unlawful recording a Class 5 felony. So in this matter, based on the financial information submitted, I don't show that you qualify for court-appointed counsel. You do have the right to retain an attorney on your own behalf in order to represent you in this matter.
Okay.
Now, if you believe that is incorrect and you should qualify, you can either bring that up with me here today, or you can always bring that up at your next court date as well. And that's going to be a status conference set on June 27 at 8:30 a.m. with the preliminary hearing July 1st at 8:30, which is going to be at that Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, I am going to be releasing you, but it's subject to the supervision of pretrial services with electronic monitoring put in place.
All right.
You are going to have an order not to return to the scene of the alleged offense. In fact, I have in here you cannot return to any target location.
Sounds good, yes, ma'am.
No contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness in this matter.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions regarding that?
No question. I'm going to be released.
You are being released to
All right.
pretrial services. They'll
Thank
let you know what that means, okay?
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
So we have Anthony McDonald, and after that, Sarah Wall. All All right, sir, go and state your full name and date of birth.
Anthony McDonald, and my birthday is 9/2/1991.
All right, thank you. So you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. The charges are 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. So the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. Status conference is set June 30 with the preliminary hearing July 2nd, both at 8:30. In this matter, I am going to be following the PSA recommendation here. You are being released on your own recognizance. It is your promise to appear. Do you have any questions regarding that? All right, sir, if you want to go and step over, you can go ahead and have a seat. We do have Sarah Wall up next after that, David Tansey.
Hi.
All right, Ms. Wall, go ahead and state your full name and date of birth.
Sarah Jean Wall, 112685.
All right, thank you. So you are here for a warrant that was issued out of the Santan Justice Court. I believe it was issued while you were in custody.
Yes.
So in this matter, they've now set an arraignment hearing July 1st at 9 a.m. That would be at the Santan Justice Court. I did take a look at your dockets in the other case, and it looks like you have a release order in each of them.
Yeah.
So are you otherwise, other than this case here, getting released in your other matters?
I am. I got released yesterday.
All right. So what I'm going to do here, since you were in custody when this was issued, I'm going to go ahead and release you on your own recognizance so you can appear at that July 1 hearing. Okay. Do you have any questions regarding that?
I have a Pinal County hold as well.
So you're being held, well, that just means you're going to get transported over to Pinal County.
Right.
So I'm going to leave this as is so you can get transported over there to get that matter taken care of.
Okay. How long do they take to come?
You can ask the officers in the back. They might have an idea
Everybody
as
gives
to when
me
they do.
different.
I think Pinal County does some pretty regular transports, since they do it back and forth, but
Right.
you have to ask them as to what their common timing is.
Okay. So like the gentleman that was before me, you had given him a small placeholder bond. Is that like something that I should do for the?
I can do that for you. That would move your hearing up to June 18. So what would happen is it's possible that you might not get transported out to Pinal until after that hearing takes place, so you can be heard on it.
I see.
And if you want me to do that, I can do that for you.
Okay.
And just do a placeholder bond.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't think you're going to be released by that July 1 date, given the fact
I
that you're
just
going to be
don't know
going
how
over there.
Pinal can't, you know what I mean? I don't know how
Right.
fast that'll go. I'm trying to get my bond paid from there, and I don't know.
Okay, so let's do this. So I'll do the same thing. I'm going to do that $25 placeholder bond in your matter. Because I am setting a bond in this case, I am appointing counsel to represent you for that issue.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move that arraignment hearing now to June 18 at 8:30 a.m. Okay, so that could postpone your transport out to Pinal, but at least you'll be able to go, hopefully get this matter taken care of while you're still in custody.
Okay.
All right, so I'll go ahead and fill out your release order.
What if I paid the bond on that?
So if you pay the bond, that's just like being released. It's going to show you as being released, even if you don't get released.
Okay, because I definitely can pay the bond on that one. The $5,000 one is, trying.
Right. So what I would do is just leave it in place, at least till that June 18 court date, so you can get this, see what you can do with this matter as far as getting that taken care of, and then you can go out to Pinal and get that matter dealt with.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you, ma'am. All right, that one's been signed again. All right, sir, go and state your full name and date of birth.
David Joseph Tansey, and it's 2/17/76.
All right, so you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging 1 count of unlawful failure to return rented property, a Class 5 felony. The public defender has been appointed here. You do have a status conference set on June 30 with that preliminary hearing July 2nd, both at 8:30 a.m. Those will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In your matter, I am following the PSA recommendation. You are being released on your own recognizance. That is going to be your promise to appear. Do you have any questions regarding that?
No.
All right, sir, if you want to go and step over, you can go and pick up your paperwork. It'll have all that information in it as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, are we still waiting for Mr. Singh to be brought over?
He's here right now.
Oh, he is here? Okay, well, I can hear Dana already doing the the interpreter, so hopefully we'll get him on quick. All right, sounds like we do have a interpreter, so you can step in. Is the interpreter able to hear me okay?
Yeah, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. All right, I do have Dasper Singh, who does need the assistance of a Hindi interpreter. This is for a legal matter. It's my understanding you're able to help us with that?
Yeah, ma'am, sure.
All right, if you could introduce yourself to Mr. Singh and have him state his full name and date of birth.
हेलो जी, आपको मेरी आवाज़ आ रही है?
आ रही है।
जी जी, मेरा नाम मोहम्मद है। मैं आपका हिंदी का तर्जुमान बात कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है? आपने जो भी बात करनी है मुख्तसर और छोटी करनी है, ताकि मैं आपकी बात की सही तर्जुमानी कर सकूँ, और आप जो भी बात करेंगे वो राज रखी जाएगी, ठीक है सर? आप अपना पूरा नाम बता दें और अपना जन्मदिन बता दें।
जसवीर सिंह जसवीर 1983
और जन्मदिन
1 जनवरी 1/1/1983।
ओके, January 1st, 1983।
Yeah.
All right, sir, you are here for a new case. This will be out of the Maricopa County Superior Court.
देखें, आप यहाँ पर जो है ना न्यू केस के लिए, ठीक है? ये जो है अमेरिका जो काउंटी है ना, सुपीरियर कोर्ट से बाहर है, ठीक है?
ठीक है।
Your charges are 1 count of endangerment, which is a Class 6 felony, and 2 counts of driving under the influence, or DUI, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor.
अच्छा सर, देखें ना, ठीक है, आपने जो है ना ये खतरा किया है, ठीक है? इसके बारे में हम कह रहे हैं, एक जो है ना आपकी Class 6 की फेलनी आप पे लगी हुई है, ठीक है? मतलब इल्ज़ाम लगा हुआ है ना, ठीक है सर? और जो है दूसरा जो है ना आपका जो है Class 1 का, ठीक है? Class 1 का लगा हुआ है इस तरह।
You also have an additional 3 counts of DUI that were submitted that I did not find probable cause on because I did not have enough information on just those counts.
हाँ सर, इसके अलावा आपके जो है 3 काउंट्स और हैं सर DUI के साथ, जो कि सबमिट नहीं हुए सर। वो जो है ना वो मुझे इस तरह मिले नहीं है इस वक्त, ठीक हो गया? लेकिन सर वो भी इंफॉर्मेशन जो है ना वो भी हम इस पर काउंट करेंगे, ठीक है? लेकिन हमारे पास वो मालूमात इकट्ठी नहीं थी ताकि हम वो काउंट कर सकते इस पर, ठीक है?
ठीक है।
Okay.
The public defender's office has been appointed to represent you, and you currently have 2 court dates set at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix.
अच्छा, देखें, जो पब्लिक डिफेंडर ऑफिस है, ठीक है सर, उसने आपको अपॉइंट की है, ठीक है? दो डेट्स हैं आपकी कोर्ट की, ठीक हो गया सर? एक है सुपीरियर कोर्ट जो कि लोकेट है ना डाउनटाउन फीनिक्स में, ठीक है? वहाँ एड्रेस है, ठीक है?
ठीक है जी।
That's going to be a status conference. That'll be a status conference June 19 and a preliminary hearing June 23rd, both at 8:30 a.m.
अच्छा सर, देखें ना, ये जो होगी सुपीरियर, ठीक है? ये जो है स्टेटस कॉन्फ्रेंस है, ठीक है? कॉन्फ्रेंस होंगे ना वहाँ पर आपकी, ठीक हो गया? एक है 19 जून को, ठीक है सर? 19 जून को हेरेंगे, और दूसरी जो आपकी जो हेरेंगे ना वो 23 जून को है, ठीक है? और दोनों का जो टाइम है ना वो 8:30 a.m. मॉर्निंग है, ठीक है? सुबह।
ठीक है जी।
ओके।
अब मैं जा सकता हूँ?
Hold on. In this matter, you do have a bond. That's a $10,000 secured appearance bond.
अच्छा सर, इस मैटर में देखें, आपका जो बॉन्ड है ना, आपको जो बॉन्ड है वो है $10,000 का, ठीक है, जो सिक्योर अपीयरेंस बॉन्ड है आपका, ठीक है।
कितना बॉन्ड है?
$10,000 सर, 10,000।
10,000.
10,000 secured appearance bond, so you are able to work with a bail bonding company in order to post that amount.
हाँ सर, 10,000 जो है ना, आपने जो है, ठीक है, आप जो है बेल बॉन्डिंग कंपनी के साथ है, और आप ये ऑर्डर है कि आप जो अमाउंट जो है ना ये पोस्ट करनी है ना।
ठीक है।
If you do post that bond and are released from custody, it would be subject to the supervision of pretrial services, and you would be subject to alcohol and drug testing and monitoring.
बॉन्ड कब तक भरना है जी?
Okay ma'am, so what's the final date of to submitting that bond ma'am?
Do you need me to repeat mine?
Yeah, he's just asking that, like, what's the final date of bond, ma'am? How long I'm gonna just submit that bond?
Yeah, if you could just translate what I said, and we'll just keep moving forward here.
Okay, sure, ma'am, sure, yeah. सर देखें, इस तरह है ना, ठीक है, ये जो कह रहे हैं ना, ठीक है, आपको जो है ना सुपरविजन है, प्री ट्रायल सर्विस वगैरह है, ठीक है, ताकि अल्कोहल की टेस्ट वगैरह होगी, फिर मॉनिटरिंग वगैरह इस तरह होगी, ठीक हो गया सर?
ठीक है जी। अभी मेरा ये बॉन्ड भर के जाने देंगे मेरे को?
Okay ma'am, so if I just have submitted the bond, so you guys can release me, right? I have to go.
So you have a bond that you would have to post. If you're unable to post the bond, you would remain in custody and be transported to any future court dates.
सर देखें ना, ठीक है, बॉन्ड है, ठीक है, आप बॉन्ड जो है पोस्ट कर सकते हैं। अगर आप बॉन्ड पोस्ट नहीं करेंगे, ठीक है सर, आप कस्टडी में रहेंगे, ठीक है, आप हिरासत में ही रहेंगे, और आपको जो ट्रांसपोर्ट की जगह फ्यूचर कोर्ट डेट्स के लिए फिर लाया जाएगा।
If you have any questions regarding how to post the bond, you can ask the officers in the back. They'll be able to assist you.
सर आप बैंक में ऑफिसर से पूछ सकते हैं, ठीक है, कि किस तरह बॉन्ड जो है आपने जो है ना पोस्ट करना है, ठीक है, उसके बारे में वो आपकी मदद कर देंगे।
Your release orders include that you are not to have any contact with any victim or witness in this matter, and you cannot possess or consume any alcohol.
अच्छा सर, आपका जो रिलीज ऑर्डर है ना, उसके साथ ये भी शामिल है कि आपने कांटेक्ट नहीं करना किसी भी विक्टिम के साथ, गवाह के साथ, ठीक है सर, जो मैटर आपका नहीं है, ठीक है सर, इस तरह की कुछ भी नहीं, ना अल्कोहल वगैरह कंज्यूम या इस तरह का कुछ भी नहीं है आपका, ठीक है।
You are also ordered not to drive a motor vehicle until further court order.
हाँ सर, और आपको ये भी ऑर्डर किया गया कि आपने गाड़ी नहीं चलानी, ठीक है ना, व्हीकल आपने नहीं चलाना है जब तक कोर्ट का ऑर्डर नहीं आता।
ठीक है। Providing you with paperwork that has all of this information contained in it. If you have any further questions at this time.
ठीक हो गया सर, देखिए आपको जो है पेपर वर्क दिया जाएगा, उसमें तमाम मालूमात वगैरह उसमें शामिल होगी, ठीक है सर। इसके अलावा आपका कोई और सवाल है इस वक्त पूछना चाहें?
नहीं, ये मेरे को कब जाने देंगे? अब मैं जा सकता हूँ यहाँ से?
No, that's all. I just want to know. So when I can just go from them, when I can just leave this place. I just want to go.
You do have to post a bond in order to be released from custody, but the officers will assist you with that process. So if you want to step over to the left, your hearing has been completed.
सर देखें ना, आपने बॉन्ड पोस्ट करना है, ठीक हो गया सर, तो आपको कस्टडी जो है ना हिरासत से रिलीज कर दीजिएगा, आपको छोड़ दीजिएगा, ठीक है, और ऑफिसर इसमें आपकी मदद करेगा इस प्रोसेस में, ठीक हो गया।
ठीक है।
अगर आप यहाँ से निकलना चाहते हैं तो हेयरिंग अपनी सुनवाई जो है वो आपने मुकम्मल करनी है, ठीक है।
हाँ जी। अभी बॉन्ड पर कैसा जाने देंगे मेरे को?
Okay, so I have just submitted the bond, so I can just go. Like him, you guys can release me.
You have to pay the bond first, and then you would be eligible for release. Please step over to your left.
ओके सर, ठीक है, आपने पहले बॉन्ड भरना है और फिर आप जा सकते हैं, ठीक है, आपको यहाँ पर रिलीज कर दी जाएगा, ठीक है।
All right. That was the only matter we needed assistance with. I appreciate your help today.
Okay, ma'am. Is there anything else I can assist you with it?
No, that was it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for calling Language for Your Language. Signing out. Bye. Have a good day.
All right, so we do have a few house calls here that I'll go ahead and put on record. I'll start with number 2. That's going to be Ahmed Moma, or Akuma Ahmed Moma. Date of birth 1/19/77. I show she has a house call due to being Nazwa. She's here for a new case out of Superior Court. The charges are 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 5 felony, 1 count of criminal damage, 1 count of resisting arrest, both Class 6 felonies, 1 count of criminal damage, 1 count of disorderly conduct, and 1 count of assault, all Class 1 misdemeanors. 1 count of preventing the use of a telephone in an emergency situation, a Class 2 misdemeanor, 1 count of criminal trespass of the 3rd degree, a Class 3 misdemeanor. The public defender has been appointed. A status conference is set June 19 with the preliminary hearing June 23rd, both at 8:30. In this matter, she does have a $7,500 secured appearance bond with the additional order not to return to the scene of the offense, not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and she is not to possess any weapons while on release. Next matter is for number 1 and 31 on the calendar. This is Alex Kindley, date of birth 11/23/95. I show he has a house call due to being intoxicated. He's here for 2 separate matters today. The first one's a new case out of the Surprise Municipal Court for 1 count of criminal trespass in the 2nd degree, a Class 2 misdemeanor. An arraignment hearing is set on June 24 at 1:30. That'll be at the Surprise Municipal Court because he is also in custody for an out-of-county warrant. He is being held on a $50 bond in this matter, and counsel was appointed here pursuant to Rule 6.1. All right, so we also have an out-of-county warrant for him out of the Pioneer Justice Court. An arraignment hearing is set out there currently on June 18 at 8:30, and in that matter, he has a $256 secured appearance bond, and again, counsel is appointed there pursuant to Rule 6.1 for the limited representation regarding the bond issue. Next matter is going to be for number 11 on the calendar, Mark Rivera, date of birth 5/22/89. I show he's a house call due to being in closed custody with max security required. So in this matter, he is here for a grand jury warrant that was issued for an indictment filed alleging 1 count of unlawful use of a means of transportation, a Class 5 felony, with an offense dated July 14 of 2024. Public defenders appointed. Arraignment hearing set June 20 at 8:30, and in that matter, there's a $10,000 secured appearance bond with the additional orders not to return to the scene of the offense, not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. All right, I show that is everybody off of the 8th, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the
The other side, that side. Oh, yeah. Kara? She's eating. She's what? She's eating. Where's she going? I like her because she's like straight to the point. I know, because she don't play. She is right to the point. Oh, she's coming. Oh, he's not. Oops. Oh, she's coming now. Oh, I didn't see this. Yeah, she is. I do it all. At least she's on her way. All right.
Let's go and have a seat. All right, good morning. I'm Commissioner Procco. This is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar for June 14, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. All right, when you hear your name, please step up to the podium that's in the center of the courtroom in here. At the conclusion of your hearing, you're going to be given some paperwork. That will cover everything we go over in here. So that means your next court dates as well as all of your release conditions. For those of you who will be out of custody prior to your next court date, I do recommend contacting the court in advance of that date so you can verify your hearing details. Please keep in mind you have the right to remain silent. Everything you say in here is being recorded, both audio and video, and could be used in a future court proceeding. We're going to start today with Bernard Rodriguez. Sir, if you could step in the courtroom. After that, it's going to be Andres Ruiz. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth.
Just Rodriguez, January 6, 1983.
All right, thank you. So you do have two separate cases here today that we need to cover. The first one that we'll go through is going to be the new matter that just came in.
Okay.
So this will be a new case in Superior Court. The counts submitted are 1 count of forgery, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs. That's actually also a Class 4 felony. It says 5 on here. And then 1 count of false reporting to law enforcement, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor. So in this matter, the Office of Public Defense Services has been appointed to represent you. So that's the same office that has your other case. You have a status conference set on June 19 at 8:30 a.m., evidentiary hearing June 20 at 1:30 p.m., and a preliminary hearing June 23rd at 8:30. So those will all be at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. I do show you're currently on felony release. That's in the other matter that we have here today. Because you were on felony release on the date this new offense allegedly occurred and probable cause was found here, you are required at this time to be held without bond. So you're not eligible for release here at this time. And that is why we set the evidentiary hearing. So that's the hearing that we have on June 20th. That's the court date I'm required to set pursuant to rule in order to allow the court to review those release conditions. Okay? Now, your second case is that open felony matter, which is here for a bench warrant that was issued for a failure to appear. Status conference set on June 19, preliminary hearing June 23rd, both at 8:30. The bond on your warrant, which has been affirmed, is a $50,000 secured appearance bond. So you're going to get information on both of these matters. But do you have any questions regarding either one?
Yeah, so the bond is 50,000?
That's on your open case, okay? Now, you are being held without bond in the new matter, okay? So either way, as long as you've got that no bond hold, even if you're able to post the bond in your other case, you're going to be held in custody.
So I have to wait till my court date for further, okay.
Yep,
cool.
that's exactly right.
All right.
Okay? Any other questions regarding it?
No.
All right, if you want to step over, you can go ahead and have a seat at this time. All right, so we do have Andres Ruiz and then Eduardo Romero up after that. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
Andres Ruiz, August 22nd, 98.
All right, thank you, sir. So you're here for an out-of-county warrant. It's a warrant that was issued out of the Pima County Superior Court. So in that matter, they've set an arraignment hearing on June 18 at 8:30 a.m., and that would be at the Pima County Superior Court. And in this case, the actual teletype information for your warrant indicated that you should be held on a no bond hold, okay? But because I'm unable to make any determination as to a legal basis for that, since it just indicates that it's for a failure to appear, I do have to set some kind of bond. So you do have a $35,000 cash-only appearance bond in this matter. Now, that is still the same amount that you would have to post in order to be released pending that next court date. Do you have any questions regarding this matter?
So I'm not getting released at all, right?
So you're not getting released. You do have a bond, so you could get released if you're able to post a bond. But if you're unable to post a bond, then you would remain in custody, and PEMA has to come and transport you back out there to attend your court date.
Okay, so if they don't come for me, what? How long do
If
I
they
have?
indicate, now they've already indicated that they are. They respond and say, yes, this is a valid warrant, we'll extradite on. But if they end up stating, no, we're not going to come get you, then you could get released on this warrant, but you're likely still going to have a warrant out there for Pima County. It's not like it just goes away. Okay? All right, if you want to go ahead and step over, you can go ahead and pick up that paperwork that's over there. All right, so we've got Eduardo Vicente Romero and then Timothy Turner up after that. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth.
Eduardo Romero, 11/10/2000.
All right, thank you. So you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging 1 count of aggravated assault, impede breathing, that's a Class 4 felony, 1 count of assault, and 1 count of disorderly conduct. Those are both Class 1 misdemeanors. In this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You do have a status conference set on June 19 with a preliminary hearing June 23rd, both at 8:30. Those are going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. So in this matter, based primarily on the nature of the charge, and specifically I'm referring to this aggravated assault and impede breathing. There's a very specific reason that we have a statute addressing that type of assault. So in this matter, you do have a bond. That's a $15,000 secured appearance bond. If you post bond and are released from custody, you're also going to be subject to the supervision of pretrial services with electronic monitoring added as part of those release conditions. Your terms will include that you are not to return to the scene of the offense, not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, which does mean if you were previously residing with the alleged victim, you would need to find an alternate residence and provide that information to pretrial services. Now, if you need to go back to the shared residence in person because you have necessary personal items that you need to pick up, you can only do that in person using a civil standby. That's done by contacting local law enforcement and scheduling it through them. Okay. And I do just want to caution you that a violation of a no victim contact order in a criminal release order, which is what you're going to have here, is could constitute aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. Okay? Do you have any questions regarding that?
Just the release, I wanted to understand that. You said it was, what was that again for the release?
So your full release, you have a $15,000 secured appearance bond.
What is that?
It is a secured bond, so you are able to work with a bail bonding company in order to post that amount. As far as what that arrangement would look like, you need to contact them. Okay?
I don't know how that works. So I stay in here and I figure that out, or like how does that? So how do I?
You don't get released to figure it out. The bond has to be posted prior to release. Okay. If you have questions about exactly how to do that, the officers in the back will be able to help you out with that. They know.
Okay, so I'm not looking at getting out today, even.
If you're unable to post a bond, then you would remain in custody.
Okay, so if the bond gets posted today, then what does that mean? Like I'd have to pay for it today, or do they post, like, when's it available for me to pay is what I'm wondering.
If you're working through a bonding company, it just depends on when they get the posting done. Okay? You can ask them how long that typically takes for them. Okay? If you're doing like a cash bond, as soon as you post that bond, you would be eligible for release. You just have to wait for pretrial services to do the electronic monitoring.
Okay, and you don't have any information on does it stay at 15,000 or is it a percentage of that? How does that work?
So when you work with a bonding company, with a secured appearance bond, you're often able to do a certain percentage with security in order to post that amount. But again, as far as what that would mean for you, you would have to contact them.
Okay.
Okay, and they'll tell you.
And they'll let me know how to contact them and all that?
Yeah, next room you go to is going to have a bunch of phones in it, and they actually have numbers on the wall for the different companies as well.
Okay, and if I had somebody else paying that bond for me and I can get them involved, would that be something I get in contact with them after I contact the bond people, or do I contact the bond people and let them know I want someone else to pay for it?
It is up to you how you do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's up to you. All right, if you want to go and step over and go and have a seat at this time. We've got Timothy Turner and then Daniel Yazzie will be up after that. All right, so your full name and date of birth. Can you provide your full name and your date of birth?
Timothy Turner, 06/07/1970.
All right, thank you, sir. So you're here for a new case out of Superior Court. The charge is going to be 1 count of aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony.
Okay.
In this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed, and you have 2 court dates currently set. These will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix.
Okay.
Those are a status conference June 19, preliminary hearing June 23rd, both at 8:30, and that'll be at the Superior Court. The address will be in your paperwork. So in this matter, I did review the Form 4 with a probable cause statement that was submitted. It looks like there are allegations of multiple violations of an already existing court order, which certainly doesn't bode well for how I think you're going to obey any future court orders. Given the nature of the offense that you're here for, the ultimate danger to the victim in this case through this type of behavior, you do have a bond. That's a $7,500 secured appearance bond. If you postpone our release from custody, it would be subject to the supervision of pretrial services, and you would have electronic monitoring added prior to your release. Your release terms, along with the order that you already have, are going to include that you are not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You're not to possess any weapons while on release. You must obey the terms of that order against harassment that has already been issued in your matter. I will let you know if you come in here on another violation of that order, which would also constitute a violation of this order, it's likely going to be another charge of aggravated harassment, which is that Class 6 felony that you're already here for. If you come in on a new felony offense while being on felony release, you would be non-bailable at that point, so you would just remain in custody. All right. Do you have any questions regarding that?
No.
All right. If you want to step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork. All right. We do have Danielle Yazzie, and then Ramon Barsi will be up next. All right, ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
Danielle Yazzie, 4/1994.
All right, thank you. So you're here for a warrant that was issued for a direct complaint that's been filed. It's for 1 count of robbery, Class 4 felony, 1 count of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor with an offense date of March 24 of 2025. So in your matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You do have 2 court dates set at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. That's going to be a status conference June 19 with a preliminary hearing June 23rd, both at 8:30. So in this matter, I do show, well, it looks like you're already in custody for your 90-day term anyway, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and affirm the bond that's in your warrant. So that's a $5,000 secured appearance bond. Since you're already serving that initial jail term at this time, just leave that bond in place, because even if you post it, you're not going to get released. They're still going to hold you in custody, okay? Do you have any questions regarding that?
No.
All right, if you want to step over, you can
Thank you.
have a seat at this time. Thank you, ma'am. All right, we do have Ramon Barsi, and then Kyle Kasich will be up next.
Come on, hurry up. I'm sorry, I'm for this podium.
Mr. Barsi, please state your full name and date of birth.
Ramon Antonio Barsi.
Is it April 3rd, 86? Is that your date of
Yes.
birth? Is your correct name Ramon Antonio Barsi?
Yes.
All right, so you've got 2 separate matters here today. The first one's a new case out of Superior Court for 1 count of possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. The public defender has been appointed. You have a status conference June 19, preliminary hearing June 23rd, both at 8:30. In that matter, you have a $50 secured appearance bond. Your probation matter is here for a petition to revoke that was filed. Public defender's appointed there as well. Revocation arraignment hearing set June 20 at 8:30. In that matter, you have a $750 secured appearance bond. All of your release conditions are going to be included in the paperwork that you'll be receiving, so you'll have all this information. Take a seat. All right, so we have Kyle Kasich and then Victoria Contreras up after that. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
Kyle Kasich, January 21st, 2002.
All right, thank you. All right, you do have 4 separate cases here today. I'll go ahead and start with your probation matters. So each of your two probation cases are here for a warrant that was issued for a petition to revoke file alleging a violation of terms 1, 3, and 5 of your probation term. So the public defender has been appointed, revocation arraignment hearing set June 20 at 8:30. In each of those, the bond in the warrant has been affirmed. The first one was a $50 bond, the next one is a $250 bond. All of these bonds I'm going through are going to be secured appearance bonds. Now, the next case I have here is your other Superior Court case, and this is going to be for a new matter out of Superior Court, so the charges that were just submitted. That's 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, 1 count of obstruction, Class 2 misdemeanor. Those are the 2 counts I was able to find probable cause on. They did submit another count for possession of dangerous drugs that I didn't find probable cause on. It doesn't mean it's going away, but they didn't provide me with enough information. So the public defender has been appointed there as well. Status conference set June 19, preliminary hearing June 23rd, both at 8:30. In that matter, you do have a $500 secured appearance bond. Your fourth and final matter here is going to be for a warrant that was issued out of the Peoria Municipal Court. So that's in their case number CM 2023-1571. So in that case, an arraignment hearing has been set on June 17 at 9 a.m. And in that matter, I've just reduced that bond down to another placeholder bond in the amount of $50 so that they know you're in custody in that matter as well in case you don't post those other amounts. So in that case, because I did set the bond, I did also appoint counsel to represent you for that issue as required by Rule 6.1. Do you have any questions regarding any of these matters?
No, ma'am.
All right, if you want to step over and go ahead and have a seat at this time, thank you. All right, we have Victoria Contreras and then Anton Phillips up after that. Okay, ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
Victoria Contreras, 0408-95.
All right, thank you. So you are here for a bench warrant that was issued. That's for failure to appear in CR 2024-155888. So in that matter, your new court dates are going to be a status conference June 19, preliminary hearing June 23rd, both at 8:30. The bond in your warrant's been affirmed, so that's going to be a $500 secured appearance bond. Do you have any questions regarding that?
Yeah, is there any way I can get released from my own recognizance? I just, the warrant that was issued was the day I was getting out of jail that day, and so I missed my court appearance.
Yeah, you've been on warrant status for about 6 months, and this isn't your only failure to appear.
Yeah.
Your criminal history reflects 3 other failures to appear in addition to this over the years.
I'm
so
just
at this
really...
point, you do have a bond in this matter.
Okay.
Yeah, the way to avoid having a bond when you come in on these warrants is to self-surrender on it. You knew there was a warrant out there.
Yeah.
So self-surrender on the warrant, and then we look at it completely different. If you wait until you get picked up on it, you're likely to have that bond affirmed.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, if you want to go ahead and step over, you can go ahead and have a seat. All right, so we've got Mr. Phillips, and then Jamie Goad up next. All right, Mr. Phillips, if you could state your full name and date of birth, sir,
9/14/75.
and your full name.
John Phillips Jr.
So you are here for a bench warrant that was issued for failures to appear in your 3 probation matters. So in each of these cases, you now have a non-witness violation hearing set on June 20 at 8:30. And that'll still be at the same location in downtown Phoenix. The bond in each warrant has been affirmed. Each of these has a $100 secured appearance bond, so it's a total of $300 for all 3. If you do post bond and are released, you are still on supervised probation. You do still need to abide by those terms. That does include contacting probation within 72 hours. Do you have any questions regarding that?
So $100 on each one? So
It's $100 for each one, so it's a total of $300 for all 3.
Okay.
Okay? All right, if you want to go ahead and step over, you can go ahead and have a seat, sir.
Right here, sir.
All right, so we have Jamie Goad or Goad, and then Elijah Jones up after that. All right, ma'am, full name and date of birth?
Jamie Rose Goad, June 8th, 1990.
All right, thank you. So you are here on a probation violation warrant that has been issued, and that was issued for a petition to revoke filed alleging a violation of terms 3, 5, and 13 of your probation terms. The public defender has been appointed for you. You do have a revocation arraignment hearing June 20 at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, the bond in your warrant's been affirmed, which is a $250 secured appearance bond. If you post bond and are released from custody, you're still on probation. You do still need to abide by those terms. That does include contacting probation within 72 hours. Do you have any questions about that?
How long am I on probation, Jacqueline?
You what?
How long am I on probation for?
What are you on probation
No,
for?
how long am I on probation for?
Well, the current probation term that you have here, according to your petition to revoke, is January 31 of 2026. Whether that will remain the same, that's an issue you can talk to your attorney about, okay? Because that's not a decision this court makes, but that's what your current term is under this.
Okay.
All right, if you want to go ahead and step over, and go ahead and pick up that paperwork there. All right, so we've got Mr. Jones, and then after that, Alicia Bermudez. Hi, Mr. Jones, go and state your full name and date of birth.
Elijah Christopher Jones, 013095.
All right, thank you, sir. So you do have 5 separate cases here today, because all 4 of your probation matters are on the calendar in addition to this direct complaint that came in, okay? So the first one that we'll go over is for the warrant that was issued for the direct complaint that has been filed. In that matter, the charges are 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, 1 count of possession of narcotic drugs, both Class 4 felonies, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, 1 count of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. That's a Class 3 misdemeanor. Now, these have an offense date of June 18 of 2024. So in this matter, you do have the legal advocate appointed to represent you. You have a status conference set on June 19 at 8:30 with that preliminary hearing, June 23rd at 8:30, and that'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. I know you're already serving a jail term as part of one of your probation matters. So what I did in this case, and actually all 5 of the cases that you have here, is I did a $50 secured appearance bond. So I'm putting all these bonds in place so they know you're in custody in each matter, okay?
Okay.
That does ensure you get transported to your court dates. That also could impact your credit for time served down the road if that becomes an issue for you. So your other 4 matters are here because they did term 1 violation. So it's related to that charge in the direct complaint, okay? So in that matter, you also have an attorney appointed to represent you, revocation arraignment hearing June 20 at 8:30. And again, I just did the $50 bonds in each one of those cases. So as long as you're serving that jail term that you're in for right now, just keep those bonds in place, okay? All right, any questions regarding that?
No.
All right, if you want to go and step over, you can go ahead and have a seat. All right, so we do have Alicia Bermudez and then Katie Ganley will be up next. All right, ma'am, full name and date of birth?
Alicia Bermudez, February 21st, 1995.
All right, thank you. So you are here for a not a new case. You are here for a bench warrant that was issued for a failure to appear in your open felony matter. You do have some new court dates here. That's a status conference June 30 with a preliminary hearing July 2nd, both at 8:30. And those will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix, the same place you went to before. I did take a look at your docket. I did see you actually showed up for your initial hearing and then failed to appear at the next one that you have.
Yeah,
Let me talk
I'm
first,
sorry.
and if you want to go further, then you can, but you probably
Sorry.
want me to finish. I also did look and see that you don't have any other failures to appear. This is the only one that was issued in this case. So I'm willing to give you a second chance to be released to appear at that next court date on your own. I'm going to do the same release conditions you had before, which is release to pretrial services. You need to make sure you're checking in with them, otherwise you're going to be found in violation of that as well, which is another basis for having a warrant issue. Okay? So you are being released today. That information will be provided to you. Now, do you have anything that you need to add?
Yeah. The reason why I ended up missing that.
It doesn't matter. You're getting released, so at this point, talk to your attorney about that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so we have Katie Ganley, and then Maria Ibarra will be up next. Hi, ma'am, full name and date of birth?
Katie Jean Ganley, May 29th, 94.
All right, thank you. So you are here for a new case out of the Buckeye Municipal Court. This is for 1 count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of assault, a Class 3 misdemeanor. So in this case, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel due to the nature of the charge, but you do have the right to retain an attorney to represent you. You have an arraignment hearing currently set on July 1st at 2 p.m. That would take place at the Buckeye Municipal Court. Now, in this matter, based on your otherwise lack of any other criminal history, I'm going to be releasing you on your own recognizance. That is going to be your promise to appear. But given the nature of the offense, I do have here that you're not to have any contact with the alleged victim, complainant, or witness in this matter. Now, I didn't put that you can't return, since I know this took place at your residence, but if the victim is residing there, you are not permitted to reside at the same location as him. So if he is still residing there, that does mean you would need to find an alternate residence. If he is not residing there, then you can return. Okay? All right, any questions regarding that?
So, because I am in the middle of moving, and I was there to get my stuff, I'm okay to come and get my stuff? Or do I need to, like, call and have the police there?
So if he's still residing there, what you can do is you can arrange for a civil standby, okay? That's done by contacting local law enforcement and scheduling it through them. If you think that's something that you might need to do, make sure you hang on to the paperwork because they often require a court order, and I already have that language in there for you, okay? All right, any other questions, though?
If he's not
If
there,
he's
then
not there, you can return.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And all the information is in the paperwork and then...
Yes. Yep, everything you'll need will be in that paperwork. Okay. All right, if you want to go ahead and step over, you can go ahead and have a seat at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we do have Maria Ibarra, and then Leston Young will be up after that. Hi, ma'am. Full name and date of birth?
12/60/84.
And your full name?
Maria Ibarra.
Thank you. So you are here for a warrant that was issued. This is out of the White Tank Justice Court. So in this matter, they've got an arraignment hearing set for you on July 1st at 9:30 a.m. That'll take place at the White Tank Justice Court. They do have their address in the paperwork. This is a post-adjudication warrant. In other words, it's a failure to comply, failure to pay warrant. So because it's the first post-adjudication warrant, not your first warrant, but the first post-adjudication, I'm going to release you to appear at that next court date on your own. You are being released on your own recognizance. That is going to be your promise to appear. Just make sure you go in on July 1st because they'll issue another warrant if you don't.
Thank you so much.
All right, you want to go and step over? Go and have a seat. Thank you, ma'am. All right, so we have Mr. Young and then Abraham De La Rosa will be up after that. All right, sir, full name and date of birth?
Leston Lee Young, 3/18/82.
All right, thank you. So you've got two separate cases here today, both of which are out of the Peoria Municipal Court. Each of these are warrants that were issued, they're initial arrest warrants. In other words, they are warrants that were issued in lieu of a summons in both matters. So the first one that you have here is for 1 count of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of criminal damage, Class 2 misdemeanor, 1 count of assault, a Class 3 misdemeanor. And that one has the offense date of August 12th of 2024. The next one that you have here is going to be for 3 counts of disorderly conduct and 1 count of threatening, intimidating. Those are all Class 1 misdemeanors. That might be the same date, August 12th. Yeah, that's the same date, August 12th of 2024. So both of them have the same date of offense on them. So in each of these matters, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel due to the nature of the charge, but you do have the right to retain an attorney to represent you in both matters. In both cases, you have an arraignment hearing set on July 3rd at 9 a.m. That'll be at the Peoria Municipal Court. In both cases, because these are just initial arrest warrants at this point, warrant failure to appear warrants, I am going to be releasing you today on your own recognizance to appear at those next court dates. So you're also going to be ordered not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness for these matters. All right, any questions regarding either of those cases?
Yes, last August I spent 7 days in jail here on these charges, and then I was released, and I was told that the whole case was scratched. And
Yeah, so what it means when they say scratched is it means they weren't filed right away.
Okay.
Okay, so that often happens. Why it happened in your case, I don't know. It might mean that they needed to do further investigating before they were willing to file the charges.
Okay.
So when they say scratched, it doesn't mean dismissed. It just means it's been vacated off the calendar because they didn't proceed with the charges at that time. So that's why they did this. They issued a summons down the road, okay, because now they have filed the charges.
Okay, why wasn't I mailed anything or notified of any of?
That's something you would have to ask the Peoria Municipal Court. That is completely up to them, and I don't know what happened with them because it's a different court. I don't have any access to their records. The only thing I have is the actual warrant here in front of me.
Okay.
Okay? But yeah, you can certainly ask them what their process was.
Okay.
All right? If you want to go ahead and step over, though, you can go ahead and pick up that paperwork. All right, so we do have Abraham De La Rosa, and then Clifford Tate's going to be up after that.
Excuse me, you say we have Abraham De La Rosa and who?
Say that again?
Who did, you said we have Abraham De La Rosa and who? Clifford Tate?
No, I have you as Abraham Brandon De La Rosa.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I heard something different outside.
Okay.
1,000 pardons. Just for the record, I am here in proper persona. I am the living man who represents the...
Now, just give me your name and date of birth, and if you're unable to do that, I'll do it for you.
Well, I'm not the legal fiction. I'm not the old
All right, so we'll note that this is Abraham De La Rosa, date of birth 11/29 of 1984. Mr. De La Rosa, if you're unable to conduct yourself in the courtroom, I will let you know right now that your release conditions that I currently have are going to change. Do you understand that? Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand what you are saying, yes.
You are here for a new case out of the Santan Justice Court. This is for 1 count of animal cruelty, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor with an offense date of yesterday, June 13. You are not entitled to court-appointed counsel due to the nature of the charge. You do have the right to retain your own attorney to represent you in this matter. At this time, your arraignment hearing is July 1st at 9 a.m. That'll be at the Santan Justice Court. You are being released at this time on your own recognizance, which is going to be your promise to appear. Do you understand that?
I understand it, yes.
You are not to have any contact with any complainant or witness in this matter. You may not possess, reside with, or have any contact whatsoever with any animals, including any pets that you might also still currently have. Do you understand that?
May I speak?
Do you understand that?
Can I exercise my First Amendment right?
Do you understand what I'm saying? That's a yes
I don't
or no
understand
question. Okay, if you're unable to understand your release conditions, then
No, I
it
don't
is
understand why I have to
appropriate
be
in your
aside.
matter.
I don't want to...
Stop talking, let her talk.
Go ahead, ma'am.
The charge that you are here for is for causing the death of 2 pets. As a result of that, this court does not feel that you should have any contact with any other animals, including any other pets that you might have. Now, do you understand the order?
I don't understand the order, Your Honor, because my animals were murdered. I did not murder them. I did not kill them. I had all the essentials that they needed. I was at an AED training and a CPR training for EOS. It was only going to be an hour and a half, 2 hours. I had water, AC blowing for them, and my sun visor up. All the essentials were there.
All right, your release conditions are going to be changed since you're unable to understand the order.
I understand what you're saying. May I speak? I just want to speak to you because I pleaded the fifth.
No, I don't want to hear anything else about your offense.
No, I understand that, but I wanted to, I
Are you able to comply with the court's orders?
Yes, I
that
can
you're being
comply with
given
your court
today?
orders, yes.
Okay. All right, then go ahead and have a seat, and we'll print out that paperwork and provide that to you.
Your Honor, may I speak with you?
No, you can go ahead and have a seat, though.
What?
You can go ahead and have a seat.
Go have a seat.
I was told by the deputy that I could speak with you.
You can have a seat at this time. You've already spoken in court. Your court hearing is over.
Okay.
Go have a seat.
I wouldn't be able to
I
motion
didn't
it.
make any changes.
This isn't where you fight your case and argue.
Oh, it's not? That's what the deputy told me, because I pled the fifth for
She's
him.
trying to tell you this is just your release and your...
Okay.
All right, so we do have Mr. Tate up next. After that, Patrick Visconti. All right, Mr. Tate, go and state your full name and date of birth.
Good morning.
Your full name and date of birth?
Clifford Tate, June 6, 1969.
All right, thank you, sir. So you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging 1 count of unlawful use of a means of transportation, unlawful use of rental property. Okay, so the public defender has been appointed. You have a status conference set June 30 with a preliminary hearing July 2nd, both at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, you are being released on your own recognizance. It is going to be your promise to appear. You do have the orders not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, so at least at this point, don't contact the business, okay? Do you have any questions regarding that?
No.
All right, if you want to go and step over, go and pick up that paperwork that's over there. Thank you, sir. All right, you have Patrick Visconti and then Manny Martinez up after that. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth.
Patrick Frank Visconti, 111093.
All right, so you are here for a new case out of the West Mesa Justice Court. That is going to be for 1 count of disorderly conduct. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. So in this matter, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel based on the nature of the charge, but you do have the right to retain an attorney to represent you. You do have an arraignment hearing set July 1st at 8:30 a.m. That'll be at the West Mesa Justice Court. And in this matter, you are being released on your own recognizance. It is your promise to appear. But you do have orders here that you're not to return to the scene. You can't go back to that casino.
Gotcha.
Okay, no
They already banned
contact.
me.
No
I
contact.
signed a trespass.
Yeah, that's not surprising. No contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. Do you have
Okay.
any questions regarding that?
I do not, no.
All right. Go ahead and step over then, and you can pick up that paperwork. We just use that same one for that one that I almost changed. We just use the same order for that, right? I just realized I left the attorney part in there, and I need to take that out. So I'm just going to do an amendment, but we don't need to reissue the order because it's going to be the same. All right, ma'am, give me 1 second, okay? I just need to make one correction here. All right, if you could state your full name and date of birth.
Manny Martinez, date of birth is March 9 of 87.
All right, thank you. So you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs. That's a Class 4 felony. 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. So in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You do have a status conference set on June 30 with a preliminary hearing July 2nd, both at 8:30. Those will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Now in this matter, you are being released on your own recognizance. That is going to be your promise to appear.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions regarding that?
No, Your Honor.
All right, if you want to go and step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork there. I think you just left. We still have Mr. Garlic.
I just have one.
Okay. All right, sir, please state your full name and your date of birth.
Brian Ronald Garlic, 4282.
All right, thank you, sir. So you are here for a grand jury warrant that was issued. It is for an indictment that's been filed that alleges 1 count of failing to register as a sex offender, which is a Class 4 felony. So the public defender has been appointed in this matter. You do have an arraignment hearing set on June 20 at 8:30 a.m. And that'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Now, I did affirm the bond in your warrant. That's a $5,000 cash-only appearance bond. I know you already got some other holds, so this would be in addition to that.
I'm in probation court for the failure to register. Can't we just get that at the same day? So
You can
I'm not
certainly
gonna go to
speak
that
with
court.
your attorney about that. This
Because I
will be a
have- I have a-
separate charge than what you have in the probation court, but that's a conversation you can have with your attorney. The only thing I have in front of me is your warrant at this time. I don't know
So you
anything else
can't make
about
it
your
the same
case.
day. You can't merge the same day.
I can't. No,
Okay.
no, I can't do anything with your cases here. I'm only seeing you on the warrant.
All right.
All right?
If
So
I
you
go,
wanna-
I don't have to go to that court date though, do I?
On the June 20 court
Yeah.
date? Yeah, they are going to have you go to that court date.
But I don't have to go there. Like, I can
That's
refuse it.
something you can talk to your attorney about, because they can file an order to compel your attendance. All right, we have 2 house calls today that I'm going to go ahead and put on record. The first one is going to be for number 9 on the calendar, Joshua Emmanuel Hicks, date of birth 1/4 of 2007, who is a house call due to being unable to follow direction from staff. So he is here for a new case out of Superior Court that's alleging 1 count of trafficking, a Class 2 felony, 12 counts of theft of a means of transportation, a Class 3 felony, 1 count of theft of a means of transportation, also a Class 3 felony, 1 count of burglary in the 2nd degree, Class 3 felony, 2 counts of burglary in the 3rd degree, Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of facilitation to commit theft of means. Well, they have that as a Class 5 felony. 1 count of unlawful flight from law enforcement, that's actually a Class 5 felony as well, and 1 count of theft is a Class 6 felony. Now, in that matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. Status conference is set June 19, preliminary hearing June 23rd, both at 8:30. The bond in this matter is a $75,000 secured appearance bond. The additional order is not to return to the scene of the offense, not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, witness, or co-defendant, not to possess any weapons. Next matter is going to be for Number 10 on the calendar, Bart Allen Letty, date of birth 8/14/68. Looks like he is also a house call for refusing orders. He's here for a new case out of Superior Court, alleging 1 count of robbery, class 4 felony, 1 count of organized retail theft, class 4 felony, 1 count of shoplifting, class 1 misdemeanor. Public defender's been appointed, status conference set on June 19 with the preliminary hearing June 23rd, both at 8:30. And in this matter, there is a $25,000 secured appearance bond with the additional orders not to return to the scene of the offense, not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, not to possess any weapons. All right, I show that as everybody, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recorder.